for speed! Go!
Hey guys, welcome to Cocktail Time, episode 7 here at 4-Player Podcast. I am your host of Cocktail Time, Joseph Christ, and with me tonight is Bob Webb. And only Bob Webb.
All you need is a little Bob.
All he needs is a little Bob, is from what I hear. So, Bob, since you're the only person on the show besides me, you have double duty.
Apparently.
You must be twice the Bob you were before.
I'll see if I can dig deep and pull and find that extra level of Bob.
As deep as you can.
Yeah, it's going to have to be very deep.
Very deep. Very deep. That's the only way it could go. So, how are you doing?
Good, tired. Good God. Did a death march yesterday.
I heard you were in the woods.
Yeah. So, my girlfriend Tara, she's I think we mentioned this before, where she's getting her PhD in wildlife epidemiology, whatever. Mm-hmm. She's just shrugging at that. Basically, just study of diseases in wildlife, researching. So we had she needed to go out to this kind of wilderness to see if there's any kind of pikas, because that's what she's looking at. To be test them, see if there's any diseases and whatever. So we had to go hike out into the woods, and this is desolation wilderness. This is no trails. Nothing. You have a map, you have a compass, you go out in the middle of the hills, you just, kind of where you're going, the streams and the valleys and the rivers and the lakes, and you just try to follow as much as you can. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it is pretty fucking steep. This is kind of those, we started at around, we started at sea level, and then we drove up to 6,000 feet, about 6,000 feet, but we ended up being close to 8,600 feet at the end. Mm-hmm. So it was like a 2,000 to 3,000 foot climb up into the mountains to these really beautiful, pristine lakes, because no one goes up there. Mm-hmm. It's in the middle of the fucking woods. There's no trails. So we just came back late last night, entirely beat up and just exhausted. So that was my yesterday. And today I've just been trying to recover slowly for all that physical exertion that I'm not used to as a gamer, and that stereotype of being extremely pale and never moving from my house.
Right. So how much did all that playing of DayZ prepare you to just be out?
I was actually thinking of DayZ when I was out there. It was kind of like, dude, if there's a zombie apocalypse, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a mountain bike, because for one, you don't have to have fuel on a mountain bike.
No gas. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're incredibly easy to repair. Mm-hmm. And there's already infrastructure for you to bike around. You can bike around, abandoned cars or whatever. Mm-hmm. You get up into the mountains, and then you get your beans, and you just go straight up into the fucking woods. Mm-hmm. And there's fresh sources of water, and you don't have to worry about, at least water. Food is another whole situation entirely. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, definitely it had some DayZ vibes. If it wasn't so, just gorgeous. There was just really pretty, a lot of trees, a lot of wildlife, birds, so many fucking birds. They won't shut up. They're so loud out there.
God damn birds.
Yeah.
There's actually a book called How to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse. And
it's
actually
by Mel Brooks' son, right? The same guy World War Z.
What's up?
It's by the same guy that did World War Z, right?
I think so, yeah. And actually,
is this the Zombie Survival Guide?
The Zombie Survival Guide, that's it.
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Yeah, and actually, in the book, they actually say that the best mode of transportation for a zombie apocalypse is a bicycle.
Yeah, you just carry a couple of spare tires and some patch kits, and then you can just go for fucking miles.
Yeah, and a good bike is actually really light, so if you need to carry it, you can actually, you can just bring it someplace. So, well, that sounds like fun. I didn't do anything nearly as fun this weekend at all. I think I drank a lot. That's about all I did. And I played a lot of Battlefield. because it was Battlefield 3 double XP weekend, and I've been playing a lot of the close quarters maps, so I can talk about that during the show and stuff like that.
Nice.
But let's get into our toast of the week, and your favorite part of the show.
Oh yeah,
which is your disgusting shots.
My disgusting shots. Yes, I do have one lined up for today.
Okay, well I'll go first for my shot of the show. I'm just have sort of a light vodka and like lemonade thing. Not very much in here at all. And I'm toasting to wasn't it Frictional Games? I think the developers of Amnesia, because the teaser trailer was released this week for the next Amnesia game, which is sort of a spiritual successor to the first Amnesia game, called A Machine for Pigs, which seems to be very good. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about watching Brad play this one too.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll definitely play that game.
There's something about
a lot of screaming.
There's something about the squealing of pigs it's sort of unsettling to begin with, and it's gonna be double squealing. So you'll have the squealing of the pig, and then you'll have Brad type of squealing going on the whole time. So it'll be quite the cacophony, quite the symphony of squeals.
Twice
that
would
have been a good name for a symphony of squeals. Would have been a good subtitle for that game as well.
Yes, and yes indeed.
So my toast goes to them. How about you, Bob? I heard. Are you prepared?
I can't. I still haven't decided who I'm toasting.
I can see the web pages flying by in your face, just looking for something to give you an idea.
Trying to find something to toast to. It's just fucking. God damn! I'm gonna have to repeat something.
Since I think you said you had finished Metro 2033.
It's gonna have to go to. Was it 4A games?
I believe so. Chat can let us can.
Yeah, I think it's 4A games or something like that.
Yeah.
Same thing from last week. I will have to be kind of a dork for doing it twice in a row, but at least it's well deserved. I finished the game and I fucking loved it. It was great. Every moment of it I enjoyed. There was really no part of the game that I thought detracted from the entire experience. It was pretty damn fun, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're doing in Last Light. Because the atmosphere in the game was just amazing. I really like the atmosphere. The gunplay felt really solid, really really fun to do. There's quite a variety in the different guns that you have. Variety being
like 3 or 4. There's not many guns, but there's modifications.
There's a lot of variations on them, yeah. And where you can pick them up depends on how far along the story you are, as well as after I had talked about it last week, I ended up picking up a stealth suit, so you can actually buy suits that are either improved armor, but I think it makes you even noisier, and then there's a stealth suit, which just makes you just silent as fuck. And there's a couple of achievements based on stealth where I went through an entire section, entirely populated hostile metro station without killing a single person.
That's nice. That's pretty
cool. They definitely give you that option to sneak through and be silent and to, figure out how you can get through unalerted. And I know you mentioned that you kind of felt it was a little difficult for you to stealth through, because there certainly are times when you feel like there's no fucking way I could stealth through this, but depending on how quickly you move through the level and what's going on with the patrols, there are actually quite innumerable ways for you to go through and actually accomplish the single level in multiple ways.
Right. We're not on impressions yet, right? You're just...
Yeah, well... I'm going in. I'm putting off the shot.
I think you're putting off the shot. You're hoping we just forget about it and we think we're doing impressions.
We'll set this up. Son of a bitch. You caught on to me.
Try to pull the wool over my eyes. No.
I was trying to put the bacon over your eyes.
Will not happen. Will not have it. God, bacon. I went to the store tonight on Capitol Hill where I live, and it's sort of like this. It's this trendy, not really hipster, but this trendy little place that they sell like frozen meals for you to eat, and they're supposed to try to get Capitol Hill people to eat at home more instead of eating out so much to save money, I guess.
Packaged meals?
But they're like these little packaged meals, but they're kind of well done, But each one is $15. And it's if I'm gonna eat it, if I'm gonna eat at home, I'm gonna eat at home because I'm trying to save some money. If I'm gonna spend $15 on one meal, I'm gonna go out and have someone, serve it to me, and have them refill my water. It's like, and I'm not gonna have to fucking heat it up when I get there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't see this store lasting for very long.
So, for this shot, let me see what it's called. It's called a liquid steak.
Okay.
And the first part is, let's see if I can cut the glare off of this thing.
Bacardi 151.
Bacardi 151. So this is the first part. I don't know if most people know, but there's a fire cap on this, so you can actually see, like, I think it's just glare off the tube. But there's a fire cap here that has a bunch of holes in it to keep it from catching fire, because this is 151 proof.
Right.
So it's, what, 75.5%? Meaning it burns. It burns like hell.
Yeah.
I'm actually pouring this into a shot glass that I got when I was over in Catalina. You probably can't see that either. God damn it. Well, it says Mount Gay Rum. So this is the Mount Gay Rum shot glass that I got when I was actually out on Catalina Island for a bachelor party. So the last part for the steak is Worcestershire sauce. Now, this thing has been in the fridge for a long time.
Right. They tend to... It settles. It settles. You have to...
Oh, yeah, I'm shaking it.
A good shake.
Yeah, and this thing, it expired in April of 2008. So I let it age a little bit. I figured...
I don't think it works. I don't think it works that way.
What do you mean?
I don't think Worcestershire sauce is supposed to age... Like, it's not like an oak barrel...
Well, you know, it's probably still good. I mean, it's mostly...
It's a lot of salt, so salt is a preservative, right?
Yes.
That's what we like to say. What do you think?
Yeah, people say it doesn't sound that bad, but 151 burns like fuck, and this stuff, I'm sure, is not going to improve it. Oh.
So, the Bradman from chat just said, he said Mount Homosexual wouldn't fit on the bottle, or on the shot glass.
Oh man, I'm already smelling this. This is not... Is this stuff so good? Yeah, maybe.
Are you supposed to set
we'll see.
So are you supposed to set it on fire now? Is that part of the...
No. I don't want to set things on fire in front of my computer.
I used to go camping with some friends of mine. We would usually get drunk, and the night would end up with us spitting 151 into the campfire as we danced around, partially naked.
This thing, I don't know if you can see...
This is not too bad. This doesn't seem like, oh wow, it's separated. It's
separating. Yeah, there's you can see the layer of 151 and the Worcestershire sauce. I think there's actually anchovies in Worcestershire sauce as well.
It's a mixture of stuff. There's anchovies in Caesar salad dressing. Actually, is made with anchovies.
Yes, and actually, if you get a nice Caesar salad, you get anchovies on top of it.
Yeah. This doesn't seem so bad. See, Bob, of all the ones that I think what's going to be really bad about this one is not so much what's in the 151, but the fact that you're doing a shot of 151.
It's going to burn.
It's going to burn.
It's going to burn a lot, and I don't think the steak sauce is going to improve it.
And I'm just going to take a gulp of my drink here. So shall we? 1, 2, 3.
Whew. Oh.
That's 151. That's it. That's the stuff.
Oh God, it burns.
It's a wonderful...
Oh.
You're right. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, where's the butte bucket? Oh.
You just gotta sit back, Bob.
Okay. You're doing good. You're doing good, Bob.
Yeah, I'm tuning it back.
What's your chaser there? You have a...
This is it was a Frosty. It's like an icy, but I put some rum in it. Not 151.
Right. That's very nice.
But I do also have like a little something I'm cooking up over here as well, so I can show you guys. I decided while I was at the store, I would pick up a little something, and I'm gonna make some Gummy Bears.
Oh, yeah, I've seen these before.
So, I got a bag of Gummy Bears, your standard little Gummy Bears. I'm just gonna toss them into a little thing. I only got 151 here, so.
Now they will melt.
Yes.
The bears will sort of melt. In fact,
they'll soak up the rum.
How long are you gonna leave them in there?
Till the end of the show. I'm
gonna bet that those Gummy Bears or Gummy Bears are gonna be pretty much liquefied by the time.
We'll see. I'm gonna let them soak them up, and we can watch it as it progresses through the show.
We can see how
how the Gummy Bears I've seen. You can see Tara. She's playing Diablo 3.
They look happy in there. They look like that's their home.
It's a little hot tub.
Yeah, it's like it's their home. There's a little hot tub. They're in there together.
I could get the lighter out and it'll be a very hot tub. I'll just sit those in front of me so I can watch them soak up and get all fat and ugly.
Nice. All right.
It's like reality TV.
Yeah. Exactly. So you were saying you finished Metro 2033.
Yes, I did.
I don't know. I have sort of a love-hate relationship with Metro 2033. Like, there's some.
Did you like Fallout 3?
Yeah, I love Fallout 3.
Did you like what did you think of Singularity?
I love Singularity.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like Metro 2033?
Well, I never said I don't like it. I have just some
love-hate. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have some issues with it mechanically. Like, there's some parts of it that are just like fighting some of those Wolverine monsters. Did we talk about this last week? I don't remember. I was getting pretty sauced last week.
I don't remember either.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Excuse us if we talk about this last week. Everyone at home should be drinking as well, so it really shouldn't matter what the fuck we talk about, right? It's like
just talk about the same shit every weekend.
Exactly.
Just
like
forget about it.
The more you drink, the better we sound, type of thing. But fighting those demon werewolf type of mutation things, they're just
the librarians. No, never mind. That's way beyond what you got to.
Yeah. No, just the ones like when you're. Like when you go into that encampment and you have to seal that doorway and stuff. Like fighting like fighting those things is just very annoying. They just sort of the way they jump and they go over the place. I know it's supposed to be that way, but I just found it very frustrating, and I found like some of the mechanics in the game aren't completely solid enough to make it feel like is anything but the game kind of holding you back.
I think it's a little bit of what was your gun of choice at that point? Do you remember?
At that point, I was using the long-barreled pistol and the shotgun.
Yeah, I think the shotgun should have been pretty good against those guys. It should have been one-shot kill for them mostly.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to seal off those corridors, so this is the situation where you had to put dynamite down, right?
Right.
And I forget what the other one was. Lay a charge or something like that.
Yeah, one was a charge and one was dynamite.
Yeah, so
then you had to like run the fuck out of there because I gave a certain amount of time before it blows out.
Yeah, at that point, I think stealth would have served you a lot better, since you can. There's a lot of points where you can hide, kind of along the walls as the guys run through. Otherwise, they constantly respawn.
Yeah, they always do.
So you need to kind of like leapfrog up along the sides, hiding from these waves of enemies. As you try to get deeper and deeper into the section where you need to actually blow up or lay the charge, whatever. Right. And that's how I took the approach to that, kind of defeating that map.
Yeah, maybe that would have worked better for me because there's definitely some points at that point where they're actually they're not just randomly spawning. There's actually like what's the word I'm looking for?
There's a pattern.
Yeah, they generate at a certain time. So you reach a certain point, and there's like one of those Wolverine things behind a little door, and then there's like three more that spawn just when you get to that area. So some of them are like that. But yeah, I mean, I haven't done stealth hardly at all. Like I've done it once, and it's the only time I've done stealth was when you first get to the bandits when your companion gets kidnapped.
No, yeah.
And you pretty much have to because I mean there's so many guys there, and it's almost impossible to fight them all. So you get sort of some throwing knives, and you can take out one of the guys, and then just sort of keep on like sneaking up one of the sides of the tracks.
I tried to do stealth and then failed fucking miserably, and I ended up just having to shoot everyone there.
Yeah. So how do you feel the whole story sort of worked itself out? I don't really care about spoilers because honestly, I'm not sure if I'll ever finish.
The story was okay. I really don't think the story really was the kind of, at least for me, the story was completely auxiliary. I really didn't care about the story too much. It was just kind of something to drive you further into this world. And really what was the main focus for me was seeing the world and getting around, looking at these very different areas to kind of seeing like, okay, we're going to go into this military bunker, and then it's like, okay, what the fuck is in this military bunker? And kind of seeing like what's left over, what's left behind after all the apocalypse, and going up above ground and having several areas where you have to invade a Nazi station up above ground.
That's just where I've actually stopped, like right there.
So you're going to the Nazi station that's above ground?
Well, I'm going to some Nazi station. I just fell off the cart that I was hiding underneath.
Okay, no. That's the one where I stealthed through the entire thing and didn't kill a single person.
Oh, okay. All right.
That one, yeah, it's kind of weird. Where there's an interesting because there's a whole thing from the Reds and the Nazis. They're still fighting it out. Like I don't really know when is this time period supposed to be.
I've no idea.
Well, 2033. So. Well, I answered my own question. So I guess it was 20 years.
There's this book I really like called 1984, and I just wish I knew when it took place.
When did 1984 take place? I can't really remember what. It's like asking when did 2001: The Space Odyssey take place.
Right.
But I think it was like 20 years later. So it was the apocalyptic event happened in 2013, and then it was 20 years after that. So it's kind of a weird situation where I guess the Nazis have taken foothold again as a influential political group, and for some reason they're up in Russia.
Yeah. Well, they could be like newer right wing people, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
could be.
Didn't some neo-Nazis win some seats in Greek Parliament's most recent election?
That's right. Yeah, they did.
So yeah, I mean that's how that happens.
So you think that? Yeah, I guess yeah.
You know?
And shit goes down the hole, and people want something to follow.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting how they portray that everything's falling apart and which directions people go when that sort of happens. Yeah. But a lot of the game, the main focus of the game for me was environment and kind of exploring this really fucked up areas. And I sort of like a lot of the games I really enjoyed kind of crawling around dark, cramped areas, which is probably why I like dungeon crawlers. Yeah. Some of the classic ones where it's, you just go through and you go trying to find all the little nooks and crannies and just explore these really kind of expansive cave systems or tunnel systems. Yeah. And find just weird shit. Yeah. That kind of reminds me a little of another game that's similar to that. It's called Arx Fatalis.
Arx Fatalis. I have a copy of that.
It's whatever. Fatalis.
Same guys who did they did.
Fatalis.
What else did they do?
Oh man, what else did they do? I know exactly.
They just did a modern game.
They just did one. I can't remember what the fuck they did.
And I was reading about it, and I realized Dark Messiah. They did Dark Messiah.
They did Dark Messiah, yeah.
Yeah, but what's the recent game they just did?
Was there a newer one?
I thought there was a recent game they just did.
Arcane Studios, BioShock 2?
Yes.
Oh, Dishonored. They're doing Dishonored?
They're doing Dishonored. That's it. They're doing Dishonored. So
that's interesting. Yeah, too bad Dark Messiah of My Magic was kind of a flop. That game was... have you played it?
Yeah, I have a copy of it. It's kind of awful.
You have a copy of it. Have you played it?
Yes, it's bad. It's not very good.
Have you beaten it?
I got to the point to where I was fighting a boulder and my arms were flying around like crazy, and then I fell off this cliff and I died. And
what game were you playing?
Dark Messiah Might and Magic.
I don't remember that.
It's a first person.
Yeah, it's a first person.
It's terrible.
The problem with that,
bad.
I had such a hard time with that game because I think I started off as I tried to do full magic. I did nothing but put everything I could in magic. I couldn't beat the fucking game. There's no way I could beat the game
with magic.
No, I had to actually respec my character by going into a character editor, putting the same amount of points into a different tree, and then playing the game because I just couldn't fucking play it. Right. I'd get killed way too quickly. There was no way I could. Even the defensive magic I had would do jack shit.
Yeah, it's just not a very. It's not a very good game.
Not a very balanced game at all.
No, I think I stopped because I got to a point where I couldn't progress and I couldn't figure out why. And it was something ridiculous. I couldn't get through a door for some reason.
Yeah. Those times I usually look up how do I get through that fucking door.
But it was something I don't know. I should put it back in. I mean, last time I played it, I think I bought it for $2 at a used store, and I played it for an afternoon, maybe 2 years ago, and I haven't touched it since. So. Yeah,
it'd be an interesting game to play with, especially with Dishonored coming up. It has a lot of those stealth type mechanics in there.
Yeah, I mean, Dishonored is fantastic. I mean, it was our game of show for E3. So hopefully they learn.
I think with the big thing with was it Dark Messiah? I completely forgot what it's called.
A Dark Messiah, Might and Magic.
Dark Messiah, yeah. Dark Messiah with I think there was a kick mechanic where you just kick people. You just fucking kick people.
Well,
you get up to them, you run up, you kick them.
And you had like your melee, like just like with your fist, would do like this like fisticuffs thing with your hands in front of you, like that's like the 1920s boxing, like
Yeah. Or you could, there's I think the big thing they're claiming was that there was a bunch of different environmental effects that spells could do.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could actually, not only could you freeze enemies, you actually freeze the environment around you, and you freeze the ground. And they had issues where when they were beta testing this, players were figuring out ways to have, they'd freeze an area that's right close to a ledge, and then lure a guy over towards the ledge by firing a gun at him, or arrow or spell or whatever, and he'd come running, and then he'd slip on the ice and just fall off the edge. Mm-hmm. And they had to kind of redesign a lot of the levels around those mechanics, and either enhancing certain areas to allow people to use those mechanics, or fix areas that were just broken because of those mechanics.
Right.
But you'd be able to freeze the ground, kick a guy onto the ice, and have him just slide off the edge, or kick him into a wall of spikes. Mm-hmm. Those are actually pretty abundant in the environment.
Well, that makes sense, because Dishonored uses a lot of that where different abilities will actually work in tandem with each other.
That's true. Yeah, like the whole time slow and possession, mm-hmm. where I think the big thing people were talking about, especially with Dishonored, was having a playtester do the time slow, possess a guard or an enemy, have them fire a gun, mm-hmm. have them walk around in front of the bullet, and then depossess them.
Right.
So they would kill themselves.
And then put time back so they would shoot themselves.
Back on normal. Yeah.
Which is very cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's neat when you have those mechanics that work off of each other, and it's not. It's a lot more fun when you feel like it's more organic and it's not deliberate.
Yeah.
So you feel like you have that kind of sense of achievement of like, oh, I just discovered this thing, even though probably thousands of other people have done it before you.
Right.
But having that kind of sense of accomplishment
mm-hmm.
is really great. You're just kind of discovering like, oh shit.
Yeah, not having it explained to you, like
Yeah.
Like when Brad discovered he could possess one of the rats that he can summon to eat other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the story from going back to Metro 2033, does it get? Oh, how they doing? How they doing?
They're doing a.
They're doing a dance.
They're getting a slight film over them. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my! Look at that.
There's kind of a white film. I think this might be the outer skin of the gummy that's absorbing the 151. This might actually be working less of an absorbent alcohol and more of an astringent.
So, well, I think I usually see the gummies in like a rum or vodka, but not something like 151.
Not something that's twice as much alcohol as you would know.
Yeah.
I figured hey, 151 twice as fast.
True. No.
It's just dissolving them. Now they look like poor. I am going to have to eat this thing eventually.
I'll do
a shot later on.
Oh, there
this
you
go.
Well,
my gummy shot.
Add some mayonnaise and you'll be good to go.
Top it off with a little bit of mayonnaise.
So how does this does the story kind of go full retard in Metro 23? Because where I'm at, it's starting to get to the point where it's like there's shadow people, sort of the burned vestiges of people who once lived in these tunnels, and I can kind of get that, but I'm wondering if it kind of goes like, what's the alien guy with the long arms and is that like the nexus from whence the nuclear apocalypse like it came from his bosom?
No. It's not anything like that. They are created from the apocalypse, and they are sort of the children of man, the creation of man's kind of destruction.
So they're sort of the next evolutionary step. Is that what that is?
Exactly, like very very similar to that, and pretty much the whole concept. I guess we'll kind of spoil it a little bit.
That's fine.
Is that they're trying to communicate with the human beings. Mm-hmm. And they're not really capable of communication with them because they're only really capable of kind of psychic, telekinetic communication.
Right.
Telekinesis. Well, telekinesis is moving things. Telepathic is what I'm looking for.
I see.
So they're only really kind of capable of some kind of form of that. And the main character is sort of sensitive to it. So you get, every once in a while, you'll get kind of flashes of them trying to talk to you and trying to communicate to you, and your character passes out multiple times through this. He's like fucking anemic or something.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to get like a slab of beef jerky.
Well, he gets shot. He gets shot a lot.
It's true. This is incredibly true. This is actually could be part of a mechanic.
I like it. So, like, you get shot. The more you get shot in a game, no matter how much you heal, after a while you sort of become anemic and start passing out randomly.
Well, it's like DayZ. You have a set amount of blood. If you lose that blood,
Oh,
you
that's
become
true.
anemic and you pass out.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is true. That does happen. Or you get hungry and you pass out. You can starve to death.
Oh, true. Yeah. Slowly starve to death. Can you drink your own urine?
Can you do that in DayZ?
I don't think you can.
See, they need to add that in.
They need to patch that in.
We have to talk about DayZ because have you played it recently?
Not recently, but I've been keeping up with all the patch notes.
Okay, we should talk about that later because I've been hearing some weird things, like some possibly bad things about it recently.
Yes. No, we can cover that as well.
So, anyway.
But yeah, the story doesn't necessarily go full retard. It definitely does some kind of explanation. Some explanation. It gets the last area is very abstract.
Mm-hmm.
It gets pretty weird. But you basically make a choice of whether to you get a. I guess there's two choices, and whether you actually there might be a third choice based on whether you have all these kind of pure actions in the game. I think there's a specific way you play the game that allows you to unlock a third option, which I have no idea how you do it. I only know people were saying, oh, you need to give all the beggars money or bullets. That way they can actually you can actually unlock the good ending.
Oh, really?
The good ending. But yeah, it's either a choice to retaliate or to make peace, and because the alien guys, the dark ones, I think is what they call them, are basically just trying to communicate with you. They don't really explain are the rest of the mutants and demons controlled by the dark ones. I don't fucking know. They don't explain too much, so it's very open ended. They don't really have a lot of there's not too much that they spell out for you, so it's kind of open up to interpretation, which makes me interested in seeing what the story is for Metro Last Light.
Is Last Light supposed to actually be a continuation?
I don't know if it's going to be a continuation or if it's going to be a prequel, because the only thing we've seen so far is that cinematic trailer, which was the real life trailer of the kind of the intro of Metro 2033,
Right.
could be the event, the apocalyptic event. So I don't know if it's going to be playing Artyom again. He says his name, but it's the same world. I don't know if you're going to be playing a ranger.
Well, you're playing if it happened if that intro happened at the very beginning, the new character is 20 years old, so it'd be 20 years after the initial bombs fell.
Well, that's Artyom's age.
So it would be possibly. I don't know. That's weird. That is kind of weird.
Yeah, because Artyom was that's basically the intro they showed. The real life intro was Artyom's past.
Right.
Yeah, it's basically because they talk about in Metro 2033 that his mother had given him up to be part of the Metro, and because he didn't have a mother, or at least she didn't survive.
Right.
And he's apart. It was 20 years after the event, which is why it's Metro 2033.
Someone in chat is saying he still plays Artyom, but it's 1 year after Metro 2033.
Right. So it's the subtitle is Metro 2034. 4.
Yeah, which is not nearly as alluring as Last Light.
Which makes me interested. What ending are they going to choose?
I haven't seen any of them, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Are the endings that different to where?
Oh yeah, there's definitely kind of big implications of what you do with the ending. Okay, so they're going to go with a bad ending? That could be weird. That could be interesting.
Oh, cool. So you liked it then?
Yeah, I liked it. I'm really interested in seeing what they're going to do.
Cool. Did you play anything else, or just Metro 2033?
Mostly Metro 2033. I've always been digging into Tribes Ascend. I know they changed a bit the mechanics recently, where instead of you still have experience as you play matches and whatnot. You still get about pretty much the experience is equivalent. You get the same amount of experience. That really hasn't changed too much. But they did allow you. They added an option for you to level up what you're using.
Oh, so item levels now.
Items, if you're using a weapon, it'll level up as you use it. If you're using a class, your class will level up as you use it.
Okay.
So you're actually your armor set, your whatever armor set it is, you'll get extra energy regeneration, extra health, and whatever. But that suit type will level up with you, as well as if you're using grenades, if you're using your turrets, if you're using whatever kind of items you're actually using in a match, it levels up with you. You can still choose to spend a set amount of experience to max out the weapon, to master it, and that's always been around roughly the same amount. That's like if you don't want to bother spending time leveling up this item all the way from the very beginning, you can just pay a set amount to get it straight to the end. But they level up relatively quickly. From what I've been playing with, there's no reason for you to really spend any kind of experience on those. It's better for you to expend the experience on unlocking new weapons and new items and unlocking new classes.
That's interesting. Were people kind of maxing out the levels really fast, and they had to add this sort of
I'm not too sure.
metagame to it?
I think, well, specifically for me, I didn't know what the fuck I was going to spend my experience on. Like, it was very open. Like, I actually ended up just unlocking all the classes first. So I just could figure out what class I wanted to invest in, because there's a lot of experience you can spend in a single class. So I wanted to be able to play all the different class types and figure out which play style do I like. You know, if I need to have this infiltrator class during a CTF game, I want to be able to have access to it. But, you know, aside from that, you would have to spend a lot of experience leveling up these different things, and it would take. I think they actually made it easier for you to level up, quite honestly.
Okay.
It's not only do you have this additional experience, it's pretty much the same amount of experience from all the matches. You get extra experience for your weapons as you use them. So you're kind of getting a bonus for playing the game and continuing to use the same items and same classes.
That's interesting. Like, how much experience? I mean, you said you know what? Did you have just an overabundance of experience?
No, it goes pretty slow. You still have to, like, some of these weapons to unlock them is like 42,000 experience. And for your first match of the day, you get roughly around 2,000, 3,000 experience. And then from there, you can leave matches if you're not that good at the game, or you're only in there for a little while. You can leave a match with only like 200 or 300 experience.
Right.
Like, just a pitiful amount. So I think the most I stored up at once was maybe about like 70 or 80,000 experience. And that was right before I just went on the spending spree and bought all the classes I had access to.
See, 70 to 80,000, that's a lot of experience.
It's quite a bit.
That's
it took me
shitload of experience.
Yeah, it took probably about a week to accumulate that, but it was basically me doing one match a day.
Right.
1 or 2 matches a day. Like, that's, you know, I'm not spending that much time. I'm not spending hours playing.
That's what I mean.
Like
They're giving
one
you.
match.
That's a lot of. They're just giving you a lot of experience generally.
Uh-oh.
You know. Hello.
Hello. I can hear you now.
Okay.
It just hiccuped. Oh, thank God.
I mean, if you were able to rack up 80,000 experience points in 1 week of playing maybe one match a day, that's a lot of experience a day, like per match.
Yeah. I think it might have taken me 2 weeks to get that much. It took a while. It took a long while. I was just not spending in my experience at all.
Yeah.
And if you're playing the game, I think that's the thing, is that I was playing it very casually. And I wasn't unlocking anything for the longest time. I just wanted to be able to unlock some of the classes. And some of the, especially when a gun is 42,000 experience, that takes out half the experience I just earned.
Yeah.
So I could unlock 2 guns.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it costs a lot. Even though you can collect quite a bit of experience, it's still some of the stuff is really expensive.
I mean, do they have to do that because it's free to play? People are going to be playing this a lot, and they need to make sure it has a long tail. Because if you run out of stuff, especially with a game like Tribes, to where, you know,
what are you gonna do after?
If you run out of stuff to buy, you're just sort of like playing matches and playing matches. You know what I mean? It's not like a game like PlanetSide where you actually have territorial control to worry about.
They have ladders. I think they do seasonal ladders and seasonal matches and whatnot. But other than that, there's just some superficial stuff. But if they really need to have some way to extend the lifetime of the game, which I've been playing Tribes Ascend since the beta. So it's been, for me, like playing that extremely casually. I still have a long way to go.
Yeah. I try to play it again, and I used to love Tribes, like way back when it first came out, and I'm kind of finding it tough to kind of get back into it, you know, because that sort of super fast paced type of gameplay, like, it doesn't really connect with me anymore.
Well, it's difficult because your bullets and your projectiles maintain this same momentum that you do, so it's really hard to aim.
Yeah.
It's not like if you fire straight at something and you're moving, your bullet's not going to hit what you fired at. It's going to hit, you know, several meters off to the left or right, depending on your velocity.
Yeah, you lead everything.
You have to lead it by insane amounts, yeah. Especially, it's not just like you're aiming at a person. If they are stationary, you still have to lead them. If they're moving, You have to lead it even more.
Right, right. But one thing about that it does, that when you do connect, it feels really good to get a shot off. You know, even just hitting one person is a giant accomplishment.
That's why everybody uses the spin fuses and just counts on the splash damage.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, you just aim for the person's gonna land, and that hopefully gets them at that point. So, oh, cool. I played a bunch of Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yes.
We should talk about Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yeah, I've got that sitting in my living room. I have yet to pick it up.
Yeah. How do I put this? I've always was a really big Suda 51 fan. I am a big Suda 51 fan. No, I am a big Suda.
Yeah, I was just past tense there.
You know, I love it. I adore all of his games, but sometimes things have to change, and I do not like Lollipop Chainsaw at all. And visually, it's fantastic. It's got his great vision of, the zaniness is great, and the craziness, and the characters are sort of off the top. It's all, well, some of the problems with the vision as well, but 90% of the problems in this game are gameplay mechanics. It's just not a very solid fighter. You know, it's not very deep, and then when it tries to be deep, it sort of trips all over itself. You know, the combos don't always go off right. That doesn't feel very good. And I don't know. It's just, I think Suda 51, as great as he is in terms of vision and all that kind of stuff, I almost want to see like him outsource the mechanics and gameplay to someone else. Like have him be able to do all that stuff, but then give another studio, the job of actually creating what he's talking about. I think I said I would have this game would have been so good if he handled the vision and then they farmed out the mechanics or the fighting mechanics to Platinum Games. Like this would have been fantastic. This would have been so good. But as it stands now, I mean, controlling your character is just sort of sloppy. You never really feel like she's doing that much damage. You basically have two types of attack. One is sort of a pom-pom attack, and it doesn't really do all that much damage, but it's supposed to put the zombies, make them, all, dizzy and stuff, and that'll, makes them easier to decapitate with the chainsaw. But then the chainsaw attacks are really slow, and then beyond that, there's combo attacks, but some of them are, a little overpowered. So everything in this game, all of her moves feel either drastically underpowered or drastically overpowered, which is really strange.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, you never really feel like you're doing it right. You feel like sometimes the game just says, okay, well, there's 90 zombies here. Well, there's one part where there's a lot, but there's a whole bunch of zombies here. We'll push you through this section, And then, I mean, beyond that, beyond just the fighting, which is sort of not very good, they keep on adding in these crappy little mini games that are just awful.
Yeah, I remember those.
Just awful. I mean, there's this one game where you have to decapitate these zombies and their heads go into a basket, and that happens twice. And the second time, there's other bigger zombies that are blocking your shots, and it's okay because it's it sort of changes things up a little bit, but it happens way too often. There's another mini game where you have to use, this thing called, what is it called? It's like this shotgun type of thing. And you have to, and your boyfriend, Nick, you put his head on this flaming blue zombie, and he's supposed to go around the bases, and he's being attacked the whole time by all these other, baseball hitter zombies and cheerleader zombies, and you have to shoot them and sort of protect him. It's sort of a mini escort mission. It's so frustrating. I actually, at that point, I had to put the game on easy because on normal, I try to do that fucking section 9 or 10 times, easily 9 or 10 times. I mean, he would get hit by a zombie and it would take away a quarter of his damage. I'm sorry, a quarter of his life, and he would have to make three circles around this baseball field, and at the end, there's more and more zombies going after him. It was so frustrating. I put it on easy, and I got it first shot.
What difficulty were you on before?
Normal. I was on normal.
Yeah.
I was on normal, and it's just, I don't know, and even visually, I like the ideas that he brought forth to this game. I like some of the visuals, but the way it's all sort of brought to the end user experience, it's so schizophrenic. You know, it's like every 5 seconds the game takes control of the camera to show you something else, and it swings through the level to bring you somewhere and show you this little thing that's happening. And it almost gets to the point where I was getting almost like getting whiplash from the amount of times the camera would be like grabbed away from me and thrust through some part of the level to show me something else. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens so many times, and then you compound that with loading that happens like at least every 5 minutes. There's a loading screen.
Oh, that's the worst.
So and then you have those two things, and then you have everything else is just sparkles and rainbows and hearts flying everywhere, and it's like this crazy schizophrenic like visual soup that just doesn't really it's exhausting. It's almost exhausting to play and watch, you know. Like Shadows of the Damned is great because it sort of knew when to hold back on some of that stuff and have sort of some of those quiet moments. It was paced much better. This game, however, it's just insanity the whole time, but not in a good way. It's just designed visually. It's too thick with that stuff to actually.
Yeah, I can see that. Like with at least with Shadows of the Damned, it had that crazy fucking just weird shit going on, but it was extremely well paced.
Exactly. Yeah.
That game, you know, you'd have very long periods just not much going on, and then you just have something fucking insane happen.
Yeah, and it sort of it makes it great. But with Lollipop Chainsaw, it's like 110. It's like on 11 the entire time, to where everything just becomes this big wall of noise, and nothing ever really stands out. It reminds me of like the newer, like the episode 1 and 2 Star Wars movies, where there's so many special effects and so much digital stuff that none of it stands out after a while, and the whole thing becomes completely boring because nothing at that point, after like 30 minutes to an hour of all of this like visual stimuli, it takes like none of it is stimulating anymore. You know, it rubs you raw with it.
Just that kind of whole sensory overload deal. But,
yeah, and Lollipop Chainsaw does it like within the first 10 minutes.
Oh god.
You know.
That's unfortunate. Like what I played at PAX East, I really enjoyed. I've as I said, I got it in my living room. I haven't played it yet, but yeah, I'll definitely have to pick it up now and play it and see how it compares to his previous titles.
Yeah, he needs some help. I mean, I really like him as a designer for the most part. It's just, it seems like the directing in this game went really off the wall. Like no one ever grabbed him and said, "Let's not do that." You know what I mean?
Oh man, it reminds me of the we were talking to
hold him back.
Who were we talking to? We were talking to one of the guys on the American side. We were at PAX East. This was basically our first deployment at PAX East. So we're talking to I think it was the American guy. I think it was the American part of the directing or something like that. And we were basically asking like, so was there anything a little too crazy for you for you guys that you didn't want to put in because it was just too far nuts? And for the most part, they were like, well, no, we just kind of let him do what he wanted to do. So that kind of shows a little bit.
I think that's the problem. Shadows of the Damned wasn't just him; it was also the guy who did Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I was going to say that he had a balance. He had someone that was anchoring the other side and keeping the schizophrenia turned down away from 11 to.
Yeah, exactly. And here he doesn't. Yeah, and here he doesn't have that. And unfortunately, like if the gameplay made up for it, that'd be one thing. But it just doesn't. And it's just presented so haphazard, and it really feels haphazard. You'll see when you play it. It's like craziness, glitter, stars, loading screen.
Oh.
Then craziness, glitter, stars, camera swings somewhere to show you something. Craziness, glitter, stars, loading screen. Then craziness, glitter, stars, loading screen. And then a CGI thing with the camera everywhere, loading screen. Then more glitters and stars and glitters and pow, kapow, bang, boom, bang, loading screen. Then it grabs the camera again, and then a minigame.
Yeah.
It's just, God, it's way too much. Way too much.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's not doing very well. I know this game probably went through a bunch of permutations, because when I saw this at was it PAX? I don't believe it was PAX or last E3. I think it was PAX actually. And I was playing through, and I talked to the guy. There was one of the developer guys, and I said, "Hey, so I noticed is there going to be sort of like a skill system where you can like buy more skills and sort of do that kind of thing? And he said, no, pretty much what you have here is what we have. And now that the game is out, it's there's like skills and combos you can buy and stuff. And I'll tell you, those do help quite a bit. But in some ways, they sort of feel a little bit overpowered. There's this one sort of spinning chainsaw move you can do, and like I literally like it'll saw off like 7 zombies' heads at a time, and you'll do it. And that'll be like one of the sparkle huntings. And then of course when you do it, it grabs the camera away from you, and there's this whole slow motion thing with glitters and stars and rainbows everywhere, and it's just it's great if it didn't happen as much.
Yeah, it definitely pulls you out of the whole experience. If it's just it just kind of disassociates that whole like, oh, I just did something really cool. It's like, oh god, I have to watch another fucking cinematic. And even if it's just a small 2-3 second thing, it's still pulling you out every fucking time.
And every time that it grabs the camera and pulls it away to show you something that happens, and you kind of they show the characters sort of so you can identify and look at the character, plus the outfits and stuff like that. But when they pull the camera away so many times, it creates this disassociation that just pulls you out of the game, like you said. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I still have to finish it. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. I've spoken to Corvus, and he said I'm getting some background on your mic there.
Oh no, yeah. Is it doing the?
Okay, it went away when you talked.
Yeah, I hate Skype.
Yeah, we should look for an alternative. The show not brought to you by Skype.
Yeah.
I think Corvus had said I had maybe about an hour and a half left to go, so I'll see.
Okay.
I'll see how it goes. But yeah, I don't know. And another thing, the game just doesn't really look very good, which is really unfortunate. It's using the Unreal Engine, but like the Unreal Engine, I mean, if you don't, Unreal Engine.
It's aging.
Well, it's not really aging because they put out new versions all the time. So I'm not sure what version of Unreal Engine they used. It might be an older version because the licenses for the newer versions are going to be more expensive than the older versions. And what I've seen from Unreal Engine is that developers who are really savvy with the techniques for using it, it can look fantastic. I mean, Gears of War 3 looks beautiful. It's a really beautiful game. But other games where the developers aren't as tech savvy, like it really shows through. Like that.
Yeah.
When the Unreal Engine doesn't look good, it really doesn't look good. And this game just doesn't really look that good. It's running at a pretty low resolution, which they probably had to do in order to get the frame rate up. Because with a fighting game like this, the last thing you want is like a low frame rate, or else it's not very playable. And they put like this film grain over everything, which gives the whole game this sort of like washed out look that it's just not very good. So
yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to pick it up tomorrow or some other time when I have actual time to go if I can play video games.
Yeah.
I'm too damn busy recently.
Stop being so busy with your
while you're in the woods
with your woodsiness and PhDs.
I'm growing beard so I can go.
I noticed that.
Yeah, whenever I shave, I look a lot younger, but just recently I just haven't had time to shave. I'm too fucking busy.
Too busy to shave.
Yeah.
So the other thing I've been playing, and a bunch this weekend, because it was double XP weekend, was Battlefield 3. So I got the close quarters expansion for it. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. It's Battlefield 3, but what's really fun is that it sort of combines sort of the frantic, speedy nature of more infantry-based, like Call of Duty multiplayer, but with the mechanics that Battlefield offers. So the team support stuff and all that kind of things. Resupplying and bringing teammates back and healing and all those team support functions that make Battlefield so great, but in this sort of smaller, frantic pace sort of environment. So it's really good. I highly recommend it.
So when did that come out? Was that a recent thing, or?
It came out the 12th on Tuesday.
Oh, so that's actually relatively recent.
Yeah. So it's pretty good, and it comes with a host of new weapons and all that kind of. I mean, some things are kind of overpowered. There's this new shotgun called the SBS-12, I think.
Shotguns!
It's a and like apparently it's now the best sniper rifle in the game. So I'm getting like one-shot kills I'm getting like one-shot killed from across parking lots with this thing.
No.
Yeah.
That's
it's very frustrating.
What?
It's very frustrating. But overall, I like it. It's weird. Like Battlefield 2 has become like my go-to. Like I'm just gonna relax game.
Yeah.
And it's like I just want to relax tonight, so I'm just gonna play some Battlefield 3.
It's nice when you can have that kind of just game where it's just mindless. You turn your brain off, you just play it. You don't have to worry about anything.
But see, the cool thing is, like, I mean, what I like about it, it's actually not really mindless. I mean, for the bigger maps where you're doing a lot of domination type of stuff and you're controlling points, like, you need a lot of communication with your teammates, especially since, like,
strategy, all that, yeah.
Yeah, especially since the game is such a team-based, team support-based game. So actually, I just found a really good server that I'm going to start playing on pretty frequently. I forget the name of it right now, but it's a kernels-only server, so you have to be kernel or up. So it's all people that know what they're doing. Because the worst is getting on and it's a hardcore map, hardcore server, which I like as well.
Right.
And since it's very kind of quote-unquote serious, like everyone's using mics and communicating, it's actually it's really nice to be on a server like that. Because you get on some of these normal, like, pickup servers, and there's, like, people level 2 and they still don't know what they're doing. They're supposed to be attacking, and there's like 6 guys in your fucking team sniping for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
It pisses
What
me
the
off.
fuck is going on?
What are you doing? You're supposed to, PTFO, motherfucker. Just play the fucking objective. So.
Oh, that's bad. That happens in tribes as well, where you get people just doing stupid shit, and it's just like, what are you doing? You're not helping anyone.
Tribes, I can almost understand you, because you have people who don't know how to ski, and it's like they need to figure that out first, and so they're just walking around going, how the fuck do I make this happen?
It's ugly. It gets real ugly.
And no one's gonna be nice to them. They're gonna see some guy walking around in tribes, and they're all just like, oh, there's an easy kill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're just gonna be like, oh, there's a dumbass lumbering around in a juggernaut suit that's not really doing anything.
Right.
Snipe him out. Just go over, drop a couple grenades at his feet, fire your spin fuser at him because he can't jump.
Mm-hmm.
He's an idiot. Or the best thing is, like, when you get stupid people that are standing up on ridges with their juggernaut suit, just firing their mortars out into the field, just doing nothing fucking else. Oh. You ski up behind them, and use your melee weapon. Stab. Fucking stab them until you get a melee kill. And I've done that a couple times.
The melee kills are not instant kills?
No, you have to. You probably have to hit the juggernauts at least like 2 or 3 times.
What about for normal players? Is that instant, but is that just the juggernauts?
It might be about 1 to 2 for a light. I think it may be about 2 for a soldier, and then at least like 3 to 4 for a juggernaut, depending on how hurt they are.
I'm surprised you have to do one for fucking regular soldiers, because it would be so cool just to do like ski things where you jump at each other, like jousting tournaments.
I've actually had something like that where I was jousting, or I was skiing, I was firing a gun at someone else, he was firing at me, and we leapt up next to each other, and he ended up pulling out his melee weapon at the last minute and like stabbing me as we were flying by.
That's
I died. It was awesome because my body just went whee.
That's what Tribes needs. They need like a joust,
joust mod.
A joust mod. We can play joust the whole time.
Oh, that could be sweet.
Everyone has like big jousts and like has to take each other out. That'd be fucking awesome.
It would be a tourney mod where you'd have different rounds where you'd have jousting, then you have the melee.
Right.
Like, have an archery round and all this other stuff.
We are onto something. Someone needs to mod that, like medieval tribes, and you have all different stuff. That'd be fucking great. You can even do the ones where you have like a joust and you have like giant rings, to get the ring under your lance. And so I say joust, it's your lance on your lance and stuff like that. That would be very cool.
That would be awesome.
I should write to the tribes people and see if that's on their agenda to put that together. When
am I getting adjustment?
When is medieval tribes going to be coming through? We think it's a fantastic idea.
We've pulled the marketplace. Why haven't you done this?
Exactly. So that's one of the 2 things I've been playing this week. Other than that, just like covering the site a whole bunch.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna cover some DayZ stuff.
Yeah. So tell me. So from what I've been hearing from DayZ, is that like there's been a lot of hackers fucking everything up. They're having problems with the admin servers, like kind of just fucking with people. And it just kind of seems like they want, I don't know if you'd say Bohemia Interactive or Rocket himself, but they need to sort of clamp down on these servers a little more and give them a little more direction, a little more a little more just admin, like don't give everyone an ad. There was this I guess there was a virus that got out through the servers.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll let you take it. I'm rambling.
Well, so I think with the whole virus thing is, I believe someone eventually got. I think I know what happened. There was some recent thing happening where one of the artist's computers got compromised, and it was actually compromised by someone he knew, which is a complete dick thing.
Yeah.
And that person got access into their computer. I don't know if it was associated with the same thing where they eventually got credentials, which allowed them to upload a virus or a fake installer to the Daisy US files site, I believe. That is what where there was kind of this stupid Daisy installer was up on that site, and that was that happened that might have happened a couple of weeks ago. It might have been like about even a month ago, and that was one of the security things that was going on, aside from people hacking the game and doing stupid things like dropping nukes and flying in tanks and all that other stuff. But they resolved that issue, and they were able to permanently ban that person from playing the game ever again and locking down the servers. As well as the thing with the setting up a DayZ server is that you have to give them RDP or remote desktop access to your server because it's only a Windows server that they allow you to run a server on. They'll have access to it, and they need to remember what the passwords are, so then they write all this shit down, which gets compromised, and they have a bunch of everybody. I think the hackers had hackers had access to a bunch of those servers, and they were telling everybody that ran those servers just change the passwords, scan for anything, make sure that you're not compromised yourself.
Right.
Then I think was there. I think that might have been, was it the most recent hackings? There's another set of Russia hackings where people were directly trying to access the database. They're hammering the primary database that everybody's characters are stored on, and they were trying to get either figure out what's the information on there, how can I modify it, et cetera, et cetera. And they shut down the primary database server for a couple hours at this point. And then they finally IP banned whoever was trying to hack it. The thing is, like, you can work around that.
Yeah.
You just proxy or fake your IP or whatever you need to do, and you can get back into trying to hack it again. But yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling it's not professional hackers that are trying to do this. It's just stupid kids.
Well, yeah. I mean, DayZ's gotten more and more popular, but they haven't had the infrastructure they haven't built up the infrastructure to be able to deal with this sort of thing, So I mean, Arma 3 has never been this popular.
No,
Arma's never been this popular.
I know with Bohemia Interactive, they're releasing new patches for figuring out. Like they're patching the game to fix some of these primary flaws that they had in the game for multiplayer games, especially. That's why they're switching over to the beta client or the beta build for a lot of DayZ stuff. Is that they're not only are they getting mocap for the zombie animations, so they're actually going to have better animations for the zombies. They're improving a lot of technology behind the zombies. They're actually also patching in a lot of these fixes for security problems, like people hacking games in the multiplayer. So Bohemia is now actually kind of putting in some more resources into supporting this mod, because God knows it's probably the most popular, most biggest fucking thing that has ever happened to the Arma franchise.
Oh yeah. Well, I think sales of Arma 2 went up 500%. Like, at least last time I read.
If you look at Steam, look at the most bought games. Arma 2 is at the top.
Really?
Operations still at the top.
Wow.
Still.
Jeez.
It's been up there for a while.
That's amazing. Yeah, when we went to E3, we went to meet with Rocket. I mean, Rocket was in meetings all day long. Like, it was hard to get a hold of him just because they were just.
Yeah. Did you see the picture of Chris took with Rocket?
I did. That's really funny. I took that picture actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Nice.
I took that picture. So he put it up on Reddit.
Yeah, they got quite a response on Reddit.
I really hope they do something good, because I as much as I love playing that game, it really needs some technical love. I think I think if they can do that, they probably have a pretty big mainstream classic on their hands.
Yeah, they certainly could. I really hope they, at least with Arma 3, they release either a standalone or a mod or a kind of gameplay version of DayZ.
I think they're going to be including it as a mode.
It's like a multiplayer mode?
Yeah. So when you buy Arma 3, when you start up, you can either start up Arma 3 or start up DayZ.
I don't know. I almost think it would almost be behoove them to sell a standalone version of DayZ. It might sell a little better. At least you can go, here's DayZ or DayZ 2 or DayZ.
Dazed. Dazed and
Dazed.
confused. This is the problem. I wonder if they'd want to do that though, because then no one would buy Arma 3.
No, well, yeah, that's the thing.
Except for the
They might be able to sell more of that though than if they had just made it as a gameplay mode.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, then they'll get Arma 3 in people's computers, and maybe people will try that as well, because that is their baby, and I can't see them giving up the ghost on that just to go the DayZ route.
Did you play any of the single player versions in Arma 2?
I went through the training.
Were you in the helicopter?
I couldn't fly it.
No, you were sitting in a helicopter. Which training was it? I played the first mission.
I did a lot of the trainings. I did the jet training, the helicopter training.
So they have individual training. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to try that. But if you play the first mission, you start in this helicopter, and if you look at your teammates, squad mates around you, it's like the squad mates look, they look like standard characters. The character models are fine, but they look like straight up like Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
I know, it's really bad.
Their heads swivel back and forth. It's the fucking creepiest thing. You look at them, their head just kind of swivels. It's on a pivot. It's like not even they like look up to you. It's just like, and then like their mouth is moving and it's just going, and they even with the announcer voice is like, there's advanced to check zone 4. It's like a speak and spell.
Yeah.
Like they use an electronic voice to cut together these words. They didn't record the lines at all.
Right.
It was just like, well, we know we're gonna have to have them say a bunch of variety of shit, so we're just gonna clip all this shit together. So it just sounds like fucking
go
atrocious.
2
It's
3 9 4
exactly.
south.
It's
Fly 2 west 8 4 3 3.
It's exactly like that. Combined with the creepy animatronics,
it's like some nightmarish Hall of Presidents.
Exactly. It's like you're expecting to see Abe Lincoln sitting down on a chair with his beard, and it's just like forward score, and just terrible. Oh,
it is pretty bad.
And they didn't even do lip syncing either. They just had this whenever you have an MP3 or an audio file and it peaks, it'll open the mouth wider, and then it'll go quieter, it'll close the mouth.
Oh, really?
So if you look at their lips, it's the creepiest fucking shit. It's really creepy.
I bet you the program just sort of reads how big the waveform is.
I bet you that's exactly what it does. Because if you do use the in-game audio, it does the exact same thing if you're using the in-game mic.
Oh, I see. So it reads how loud you are, and the lips move forward, and
the lips will move forward on the. It's weird. If they get more resources, they got more money due to the whole DayZ thing, and they have more resources to pour into actual voice actors, to motion capture, and to have actual like really good animators and better 3D modelers and all this other shit. Arma 3 could come out half decent. And if they do, a DayZ mod on it, then that could be a really, very good game compared on depending on how they execute it. I think it could actually do very well. They could also just completely fail with it too.
I don't even know if they even have that much money, even with their sales. I don't know.
Yeah,
what's the exchange rate like for over
there? I don't know.
So they did have a super small booth over at E3.
Yeah.
It was kind of in the back, like behind Twitch TV booth. It's kind of like, hidden back there. There's like three or four stations playing Arma 3, and booths, of course, at E3 are super, super expensive.
So did you check out Arma 3 at all? See what they're going to do with that?
I looked over the people's shoulder a little bit. I didn't get a big presentation. I've looked up some stuff online, some of the stuff they're adding in, and it's, your basic graphical updates, suppression stuff. It's kind of like a nicer Arma 2. I used to be really big into their like Operation Flashpoint and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I wonder if it's too late in the dev cycle for the big up in popularity of Arma 2 to do a DayZ. If all that funding came a little too late in the dev cycle.
What's the actual release date for Arma 3?
I'm not too sure actually, but I guess Vunic was saying that Rocket has already mentioned that he wants to make DayZ separate. So.
Well, he still works for Bohemia, so it kind of.
Yeah, he works for Bohemia. The bottom line comes from
But
top.
I'll tell you what though, he has leverage because it's his baby, and if he I wonder. That's got to be a weird situation because usually when you work for a company, anything you do is technically their property.
It's true. I wonder who owns that IP though.
Arma 3 or DayZ?
No, DayZ. Rocket probably still. If he was smart about it, he didn't sell that.
Yeah, and did it on his own time.
Yeah,
but they could always
use his own resources for it. He came up with everything. It's his own code.
Well, it's their engine. That's got to be a weird sort of gray area.
It's their engine, but it's still his idea. If he feels like he can drop their engine and go use something else and make DayZ the real game, if he still is the owner of the intellectual property.
Yeah, probably.
They don't own it. They don't. If it depends entirely how what the circumstances of his hiring were.
Yeah. Exactly.
So and it could be that they agreed to hire him and then. Everything that he made, because typically when you get hired by a company and he's still working on DayZ, he's working on their dime to develop this stuff. So typically anything you do on their dime to develop, they own. Mm-hmm. That's just a standard kind of agreement whenever you work for a company.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It'll be kind of cool to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And this has just turned into a fucking disgusting mass of.
What is all that whiteness? It's like they all ejaculated.
Swamp water.
Wow.
It's now turned into a gummy bear bukkake. It's an orgy.
I think Gummy Bear Bukkake might be the title of the show.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to drink this too.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. So, what happened?
It's just the alcohol fumes off of the 151.
Jesus.
This is great. The feed's delayed, so I can actually watch myself choke on this.
Oh, it's nice. All right, so what do you say about we take a small break, and then we'll try to think of some other stuff to talk about.
Sounds good.
All right, be back.
Ludicrous speed! Go!
Okay.
Hey everybody, we are back. Cocktail time. We have Chris Davis with us here, but I have to fix all of our screen regions now.
Oh God.
Because I know it's crazy. So let me.
It's a mess.
I know it's just a mess. I have to do some cleaning up here. Hold on. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Oh.
There we go. And then add.
Oh hey, I'm back.
There's Chris. Look at that. We are all here.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's like a breath of fresh air. That's how it should be. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing okay.
Good. Thanks for coming on for such short notice.
Yeah, I was today being Father's Day, I was hanging out with my dad, and yeah, y'all texted me while I was in the middle of a movie. Like, there was no way I could have made it back to the house in 20 minutes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And how is Mr. Davis doing?
I'm doing okay.
No, I mean your dad.
Oh, yeah.
We don't give a about you.
He's doing okay. He's doing a hell of a lot better than me. I mean, he's got a cabin out at the lake, and he's got a 22-foot boat he just bought that he's so proud of.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Shit.
He's living a much better life than I am right now.
Yeah, why isn't he on the podcast? I want to meet.
Yeah. Can we get your dad on?
Because he's not
on the
not as
podcast?
versed in gaming as I am.
Oh, okay.
As you are.
Yeah. The last game he played was Mario Kart 64. So.
For a dad, that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have no problem talking about Mario Kart 64 with your dad. Maybe we get him as a special guest one night.
He just might do that, to tell you the truth.
I'm gonna make a note. Get Chris
Write
Davis.
that down.
Get Mr. Davis. Mr. Chris. Get Mr. Chris Davis.
No, it's
Unfortunately,
Chris
he
Davis.
had to be on location because he's never been to my apartment.
That's what we can satellite him in like we do with everyone else here.
Yes.
Modern technology makes it all possible.
It's amazing, isn't
It
it?
is. So me and Bob basically got through most of what we've been playing. Talking about Bob finished Metro 2033. I talked about Lollipop Chainsaw. We had the obligatory DayZ chat, which happens almost every show, which makes sense because it is a changing. The game is sort of in free form right now, so I guess until it gets finalized.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you see the latest patch notes where they're removing the starter guns?
That made me so mad.
Wait, what are they doing? They're taking this. So you start with no gun.
You start with nothing.
You start with the bandages, you start with a painkiller,
Right.
and nothing
Water bottle?
else. And I think maybe a water bottle.
Water bottle and
you
beans?
don't get beans though.
You don't.
You get nothing.
Because DayZ was just way too easy before.
It's too easy. It's way too easy. Well, the other thing is they've improved. They made it so the zombies are line of sight now. So they're not gonna go running through walls. I think they're improving the way that they won't attack you through walls.
Oh, that's good.
But at the same time, they improved their vision distance.
They
And
did.
they also made it to where the vision goes where the eyes are.
Yeah.
It's not based on the body direction, so...
Yeah.
Fuck.
So if they're they fixed like, does that make them easier to hide from? Do they adjust how sound works?
I think sound works the same. The big argument with a lot of the stuff, like especially with the changing the pistols out, people were just saying, well, now you're gonna spawn on the beach and just get killed by a bandit because they can. You're no way you can defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The counter side of the coin is, what do you have on you that bandits care about? Not much.
Yeah, that's true.
But still,
they can't take
people are
anything
dicks.
from you.
People are fucking dicks, and they're gonna do it regardless
Yeah.
of what's on you.
Uh-huh.
And they're gonna do it just because they can.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
especially in an online environment.
Yeah. That's the kind of the rule for any kind of multiplayer game is people will do anything they can. They just because.
Yeah,
They'll be complete assholes just because they can be.
right.
Unreal or not Unreal, but Ultima Online taught us that.
Yeah.
They're kind of expecting there to be some kind of built-in, people would want to be virtuous and
Chivalric.
chivalric, and then no, they just
No.
kill you, cut up your corpse, and then put bits of your body all around town.
Yeah, because people are inherently awful.
Yeah, people are inherently terrible. This is when they discovered the internet was an awful place. It was through Ultima Online. As soon as you got out of a town, you were fucked.
Maybe when he discovered that, this is what spurred Lord British to want to go to space and leave Earth completely.
Fucker, I have no hope in Earth anymore. I'm going to space.
I'm going to space. I'm leaving the Earth completely because I've seen the dark underbelly of what man really wants to do.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
We figured it out. We figured out why Lord British got fascinated with space after Ultima. Oh man. So what have you been playing, Chris?
Haven't touched DayZ since before E3, unfortunately. I need to get back to it. I actually started up Civ V again the other day.
Oh yeah. I haven't played a Civ
And-
game in a long time.
Well, this Civ 5 is the first Civ game I've ever actually played, and I bought it last year on a sale, and I just bought it on a whim just to see what the craze was all about with it. Well, unfortunately, I only played one game because I realized what the deal was with the game. Because I started playing at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I know where this ends.
And then at about 5:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
I finally beat it.
Yeah.
And I can't get that addicted again.
It's kind of like that time never existed, isn't it?
It didn't. It's just
just-
one more turn. Just one more turn and I'll be okay. Well, I need to do this. Well, and I also need to do that. That'd be a great save point if I did that.
Right.
Let me get to that first.
Right.
Fuck, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I have the same reaction to Alpha Centauri, which I can just blow through 8 to 10 hours like it was nothing. Just because, why not? Just one more thing. Let me just discover one more thing. Let me just do a little more research here. Oh, but here's a little bit of land I haven't really explored yet. Let me do that. And, before I know it, the sun is slowly creeping up on the horizon, and the workday is looming hard overhead.
And I was terrified it was going to do it again, and it did do it again. Because I started up on Friday, and I realized the sun was coming up yesterday morning.
Ugh.
That's when I knew it was time to stop.
Yeah. So you never played a Civ game before?
No,
Okay.
never before.
Yeah. They are known for that. There's something about them. It's akin to the sort of the carrot on the stick, but that carrot is just like, it's not an award, it's just one more turn. It's doing something else. It's something about it, just you lose focus on reality, and all that matters is the next turn and the next small amount of resources you can gather, or the next bit of research you can discover. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. So.
Other than that, last night I started up the first episode of The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Which was okay, I guess. It was better than Jurassic Park, but that's not saying much, honestly.
Jurassic Park was awful.
They milked the fuck out of Jurassic Park, and it was so fucking predictable that it annoyed the fuck out of me. Mm-hmm. And this, it's only slightly less predictable.
Okay. It does seem like the mechanics of the QuickTime events and all that kind of stuff is done much better in this game than Jurassic Park.
Well, yeah, it's not a button mashing fest, as much. I don't know. It's okay. I'll probably play all 5 episodes when they eventually get released on my inebriation broadcast.
There you go.
Other than that, I wanted to play Battlefield this weekend, but I didn't get around to it.
I played a bunch of that. Did you get the close quarters expansion?
No, because I gotta wait. Don't you have to have premium in order to be playing it right now?
Yeah.
I thought you had to wait until at least next week before you can actually buy the damn thing individually.
That's only if you don't have premium.
Yeah.
You have premium, don't you?
I'm not buying premium.
Yeah, I actually did buy premium. Because I am an asshole. And I know I'm an asshole for getting premium. I admit it. I readily admit it.
Paycheck. But no, I can't justify it right now.
Yeah, neither could I, but I did it.
So we were talking about DayZ a little earlier. I got a package from the Czech Republic.
Oh.
Which has the maps they were selling.
Oh, sweet.
So
let
this is actually...
Let me go grab mine, actually. I got mine.
Oh, you bought one too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I saw it. It was $14 for... I've got several maps in here, and there's a bunch of postcards, and that included shipping and everything from the Czech Republic. But I've got this big, map of Chernarus. It has pretty much like a lot of the points of interest on there. There's gas stations, there's hospitals, there's churches, like a lot of this information on there. And I've actually got a kind of doing an art project where I'm going to put this up on a corkboard, and put a bunch of pins in there, and kind of highlight all the areas you actually need to go to for, these are all the wells, and these are all kind of the crash sites, etc.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to
cool.
kind of mount that and put it up on the wall. It's going to be badass.
Actually, I've got something better. Let me send you this. In fact, I'll post it in chat, too, for anybody who's playing DayZ.
Yeah, there's some good maps out there that'll have a bunch of information on which buildings have more resources in there, and medium-yield buildings. Ooh, man, there's a lot of awesome shit. This might be the same one that... Yeah, that was something actually someone linked earlier in chat.
I mean, that is a fucking fantastic map.
It's got a lot of resources in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put pins in a lot of these places to say, oh, this is a good place to go to, or I know there's a lot of resources here. There's a high yield buildings here, etc. Just do all that shit. Ooh.
Yeah.
There's hatchets out there now? Oh, no, hatchets are wood. That's right. I forgot about that. I thought it was
been around a long time.
Yeah. They came out with the temperature patch as well. Ooh, there's a water pump. Ooh, I'm gonna have to use this map to. I'm getting all excited now. I'm getting all hot and bothered.
Oh man.
Oh! Look at that. so much information.
How those gummy bears doing?
They look disgusting. You want me to eat them?
Yeah. Let's take a Google look. So, So Chris, Bob did a 151 shot. Oh my God! Look at that.
151.
Yeah. So those are gummy bears in 151.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're slowly dissolving. I think this is just turning into like an abomination in the glass.
It's very Cthulhu-esque. It's like their souls. And you know what it is? It's like when they put the podlings into the dark crystal tube, so the Emperor can drink their essence in the dark crystal.
Yeah. It's just the essence.
Like that. It's the essence.
It's a well of souls with gummy bears and.
Oh wow, this is not even liquor anymore. It's filth. I don't know what this is.
And I think you need to drink it. There's no
It's-
other
it's-
choice.
Oh god. Okay, why not?
Are you gonna do it like a shot, or are you just gonna eat? What are you doing?
Let's see. I don't.
Give it to Tara. Give it to Tara.
Tara, you want to have
Here,
this?
do one thing
Yeah.
first. Try do something first. Hold on. Eat one of the gummy bears individually first. Like to see, you want to get the full effect of the bear itself.
Oh, they're slippery.
Yeah, they kind of.
Oh god.
It's like little leeches, little gummy leeches.
Oh shit, it's falling. Okay.
Some chopsticks, Bob.
Oh, chopsticks. The chopsticks will work. I can see that. Or a little
Spoon.
spoon or something. How's that?
That's a boozy bear. Oh wow. But the thing would catch real fire real good.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you want a lighter? You could light one on fire.
I'm not gonna light one on fire. That's fucking dangerous.
I'm the heretic.
Oh god. Thing is, it's like melted gelatin and liquid, so it's like napalm.
Basically,
It's
yeah.
like it just coats your tongue and stays there.
You basically made napalm out of gummy bears.
Yes. If only during Vietnam they just spread the fields with gummy bears in 151 instead of Agent Orange and all that other horrible shit.
Yeah, the children would have liked it better.
Yeah, they could have actually had some good PR.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
All right, you might as well just do it. Everyone in chat is rooting for you to just take the shot. There he goes. Yeah. Very nice.
Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Oh god. It's like
One
a.
of these days you need to have a good shot.
I know. They're coming eventually. I'm gonna run out of bad shots to do.
He's got to get through his list first.
Oh
Or else.
Jesus.
Oh man. All right, so how about we do some new? Unless Chris.
Oh god. The gummy bears burn.
All right, I'll try one if you're not out.
It's hard.
Oh,
It's hard.
there's two for you, Tara. Take one, Tara.
There's two left.
Let's
in
get her
there.
on camera. Let's get her on camera.
Here we go.
That's not a happy.
It kind of burns, doesn't it? What are you doing with the last one? I don't trust her. Just gonna eat it. There you go. It burns a little, doesn't it? she's frowning, but she's trying not to show it.
She's holding it back with all of her might.
Okay,
Yeah,
that one was. Oh. Okay, that one was a little bad.
yeah. Well, all of them are pretty bad for me.
So, Chris, did you have any other games to talk about, or should we move on to some news items?
Not really. I haven't played all that much at all. I've been way too busy, catching up with E3 and stuff.
Yeah, it seems like we're all sort of still coming down from the E3 burn, so it's been kind of tough. Did you guys hear about the that leak earlier today of the Microsoft presentation talking about
Yeah,
the
you
Xbox
mentioned-
720?
You
Yeah.
mentioned it.
Did you actually look at it?
No.
Well, I can't find that actual document, so I can't verify whether it is even remotely credible.
I actually looked at it. I downloaded it before it got taken off the website. It seems pretty credible. It's like 54 pages of highly detailed PowerPoint presentation. Like, this is not something you would make to fake something. You wouldn't take the time to fake this well.
Yeah, I only saw like one slide of it. And it was showing the disadvantages of the 360 limitations. And I was like, really? You think you can make an affordable console that puts out a dual 1080p signal?
Right.
I don't trust that now.
Yeah. I mean, this is a presentation, and it's actually the presentation itself is also listed as draft in the file. So
Yeah.
this wasn't a file. This wasn't a final version of this presentation. But what I thought was most interesting was they talk about a 2013 release date for the Xbox 720, which I'm not sure. I kind of maybe holiday 2013.
Yeah, I was expecting the end of year. They would announce it at E3, and then they would have it, be like, oh, it's a, E3. Hey, it's going to be hitting the shelves this fall.
Right, exactly.
Fall.
But the other thing that was really interesting was they were talking about in 2015 this new product coming out called Fortaleza, which is this sort of gaming glasses sort of thing for virtual reality. they're thinking of putting together. That's sort of akin to. Have you guys seen those Google glasses that they're currently in development?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that, but for gaming, to sort of put virtual reality in your living room as a project that they're working on now. I'm not sure.
So augmented reality or virtual reality?
More like augmented reality.
Augmented.
So you know how like the Wonder Book, you sort of look in the TV and there it is right there. This would be glasses that actually act as the screen. So when you look around your apartment or around your house, those things are actually
So your HUD would be built into your glasses instead of actually on the screen.
Exactly, like that, or like how the Move works, and you can see like the animal in your living room, but you have to look through it through the camera on your television. You would actually see that through your glasses, so you could just have more free movement.
I can already see the Cabela's game.
So I don't know. It seems pretty. I mean, it was in the presentation. Who knows if it's something that's just in production? But it's interesting to see kind of how the direction they're going. I have a feeling they've been kind of trying to move toward the virtual reality thing for a while.
You know the direction that this is going to go, right? It's going to, if they allowed it, you could have a very seemingly innocent-looking game going on the screen. On your glasses, porn.
Yeah.
It's porn you can only see.
Well,
no one else in the room can tell you're actually looking at porn, but
it's all gonna go back to porn eventually.
Very, lots of porn.
Yeah. So I mean, there wasn't so much in there we didn't already know at least through speculation. But it's pretty interesting. So if you guys get a chance to look at it, it's I don't know, review it. Who knows how much how right it really is, but
it's probably already on NeoGAF. I should probably look.
Well,
NeoGAF probably would have a couple threads on it already.
I'll tell you one thing. I think IGN put an article about it, and Microsoft's lawyers came down like an hour later and made them take it down. So I couldn't see Microsoft reacting so swiftly and
if it wasn't legitimate.
If it wasn't somewhat legitimate.
Yeah. Or if it didn't hit a little too close to home.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because sometimes misinformation is just as bad as the right information.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But,
so there's this game. I'm constantly in chat. Sling S is trying to get me to talk about this game. It's a Hatoful or Hatoful. I think it's a
hot dog
Japanese
fuel.
Hatoful.
Hot dog fuel.
Hot dog fuel. Yeah.
Hot dog
so
fuel.
It's a game where you're a hot dog vendor. No.
Right.
It's a Japanese game. It's a dating sim game. It's a spoof game based on dating sims where you date birds, pigeons.
What?
You date birds.
Yes.
You date birds.
Yeah.
Let
me show you a link with it.
Do you have,
oh God.
Do you have to have sex?
Yeah. What kinds of birds?
Do you have to have sex with them?
Well, pigeons, mostly pigeons. I don't know if you actually have sex with them.
Listen, I'm an American. I only have sex with eagles.
You gotta have a bald eagle. You gotta love that.
I want to fuck me a bald eagle while eating some hot dog fuel.
Oh, someone said a peacock.
Oh.
Oh.
Pee-pee.
But it's
I guess there can't be anything more American than fucking a bald eagle.
There's nothing more American than fucking a bald eagle while you're eating bacon.
Well, the thing is that you play as a Japanese school girl in a school that's all full of birds.
What? Well, that makes sense. It's bird school. Birds have to go to school. No, wait, why is she in the school if she's not? Is she a bird?
No, she's not. She's a human girl.
Is she a teacher?
No, she's a school girl.
Why is she at a school for birds?
I have no idea.
So she's like an immigrant then.
Yeah, apparently. But there's a bunch of really crazy ass different types of there's different stereotypes for the different characters because it plays a lot of like the kind of Japanese dating sims. I guess there's one's a ghost, one's a serial killer. I think there's a goth one.
A goth one.
Yeah, there's God. So I guess she pretends to be a bird because all the humans died out. Apparently, that's what's going on.
Okay. So she pretends to be a bird.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, I hope she uses protection, or she's gonna get bird flu.
Exactly. You know, you can catch all sorts of nasty things from birds.
That's why I want to fuck bald eagles. They're pure. I like
being at a school for birds has got to be really weird. I mean, you're probably just having to wing everything you're doing.
Oh!
Oh yes, I went there.
Well, you know, it's her being the only girl. She's probably at the top of the pecking order.
Touche.
I like to curl up with a bald eagle underneath the American flag and feel its feathery wings cling around my sultry American hairy back as I thrust myself into its little bald hole. America.
So each stereotype girl that you're supposed to, or bird that you're supposed to date, is like a different species of bird, I assume.
I think there's different types of pigeons, and there might be different species of birds.
So the goth would be like a crow or something, and
Oh right, yeah.
It would just be very, you know. Oh man, yeah, there's a bunch of different weird birds, and I'm looking at some of the screenshots on this.
One of our chatters, in the name of Harmon, just said this podcast went to the birds.
give a timeout.
So is the point to fuck all the birds and like get them all off your list, or?
Yeah, it's just a checklist of what birds to do.
Okay. So how do you wine and dine a bird? You bring it seeds.
Seeds, maybe.
Seeds.
I guess the point is to find your bird soulmate.
And then you fly away into the.
At the end level is just a bunch of gathering the nesting material, and it's just a pain in the ass. It's a mini game.
It's just
Terrible. I guess all the birds are human-sized as well, so it's
Oh, they're giant. They're like not little. They're giant birds.
No. It's giant birds. I guess your childhood friend is a cross-dresser. I don't know if your childhood friend is a bird, because if you know birds, trying to figure out what sex a bird is incredibly difficult.
Wait, do birds have like penises and stuff?
Yeah, birds have have cloaca.
Oh, okay. It's like the hook,
What that
like
is?
a hook that comes out.
No, it's an orifice. It's a hole. It's an all-purpose hole. You poop out of it, you jizz out of it. Yeah, it's everything comes out of that hole.
So they have one hole.
They have one hole, the cloaca.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Birds are evil. Only evil things have one hole.
Yeah. So the way they mate is they a lot of times they'll just kind of like smack cloaca. That's it. They just that's all there is. You think guys are fast? Human guys are fast. Now birds are just done.
Really, that's it. And just whatever comes out comes out.
That's really boring.
It's incredibly boring. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a chore.
Well, there are some. So people for the longest time had thought this is a science segment of the podcast. So people for the longest time that thought like most birds were polygamous, right? No, not polygamous. Monogamous. But that's not actually the case. Where a lot of birds are actually polygamous. And there's a certain type of bird. I think it's some kind of like it's a house sparrow. Where Tara knows all this bullshit, so she chimes in. So there was a house sparrow where they were looking at this house sparrow, but actually there'd be another male that would come in and then mate with the female, and then skip off while the other male was distracted. And then the female actually for a lot of the birds, it's better for them to have multiple mates. But there's a trick that the actual paired mate has to make sure that the female is carrying his sperm, is he pecks her cloaca. Is he keeps pecking her in the cunt until she ejects the other guy's sperm. So it's nature's fucking weird.
Birds are weird.
You thought people are weird.
I'm gonna say right now, I think we should probably exterminate the birds.
Just kill all of them before we reach until we get to the future where
So wait a second.
little girls are trying to have
already
So
outnumbered.
in this dating sim, are the birds like pecking at the girl's vagina?
They could be. I mean,
Is that what's happening here?
possibly. Here, I just linked another screenshot. There are bird gangs.
I can't even look at the. I'm doing screen region, so I can't.
Oh, that's right. Well,
Oh, please tell me there's a gang of greaser birds. Please tell me.
There has to be.
actually, this kind of looks like a gang of they're not greasers, but they look like I don't even know. They're like a chain gang. They're punk stars.
A chain gang? So does it become like a gang bang, like a bird bang, like a bird gang bang? With them all.
There's no way this could ever be a hentai game. There's no way. Because the hentai scenes, they have to last like 10, 15 minutes. No, this would be like that and over.
Thank God.
Was it Liz says cockatiel time?
Cocktail.
God.
Oh, the
There's
puns
somebody
don't
else that
stop.
needs a timeout.
Time them out. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god. So who made this? Who's responsible for this monstrosity?
Japan.
You and all of Japan in unison made this.
Yes.
So is it? I'm hoping this game is terribly self-aware and is not taking itself seriously. Or,
Yeah, I think it's pretty much it's like a parody, kind of self-aware parody,
Oh,
where
that's
it's just off the fucking wall. It makes fun of a lot of the stereotypes of these dating sims. I've never gotten into dating sims because they are frankly boring. Dating in real life sucks. So why would I want to play a video game about it?
Well, Bob, a couple of shows ago, you were raving about a game where you were in debt and had to work yourself to death to pay off your debt.
Well,
And you're into
that's
that.
just that actually goes to the analytical side of the brain.
I see.
Whereas
Right.
I don't have to actually deal with the emotional side of the brain. I shut that down. That dies.
Right.
That's a part of the brain that I try to kill with alcohol.
And I think
Not into the,
I think a game where you have to fuck birds, it's all the emotional part of the brain.
it's nothing but emotional.
It's nothing but emotional. they just keep pecking at your vagina to get the other seed out.
Exactly. It's fucking weird. I guess you can also date a wizard.
You can date a wizard. Is the wizard a bird?
Apparently, it's a fallen angel wizard bird.
Oh, it's a. God, now there was like a normal wizard.
No, it's a fallen angel wizard bird.
Okay. Well,
Then
we're
it has to be a dove.
we're actually in a place now where I was almost like I was very happy. I was talking about a quote unquote normal wizard.
No. It's a weird game. I guess there's a free version and then there's like a real cheap version you can pay for. That's a full version.
Wow.
It's just weird.
There's no pecking in the free version. You have to pay extra. You have to pay extra to get your vagina pecked.
Exactly. Got to make sure that the offspring that you're raising are actually your own.
It's funny. I don't think I've actually ever played a dating sim game.
They're boring, at least on
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I remember when I was like 13 years old. Me and my friend Johnny, I used to go over his place sometimes, and he had a computer, a pretty decent computer. So one time I forget if we bought or rented. We rented like a porno game. It's like when it's adult.
They don't make those.
They did back
No.
then. They did. It was adult computer game. So we're like in his room, right? And we didn't know exactly how to work computers so well at that point, So we put the game in, and we start kind of playing. And these old games were weird. Like some were text based, sometimes they had pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
They weren't like the really fancy things we have now. And it was like late at night. It was like 2 a.m. And so apparently we started playing, and we got to the point to where there was going to be like something happening, like sexy or something, and we didn't know it, but his speakers were on and turned all the way up, and we were in his room, and all of a sudden, blaring out of the speakers is this female voice in this like, so almost like monochromatic sort of computer thing, like, "I want you to stick your big dick in my pussy!" And we're like, "Holy shit!" And we're trying to, we couldn't figure out how to work the speakers. They were old-timey speakers. We didn't really have the dials there. We're trying to like go into the control panel to take it off, and it's like 2 a.m. in his room. It's terrible.
Oh god.
That was awful. But there were no birds or wizards.
No birds. Yeah.
No.
I remember being like I must have been like 12 or 13 years old, and this is back. I had a 14.4 modem, and I had downloaded a game off of a news group. Who the fuck remembers those? It was a point-and-click adventure porn game, and there was literally no way you could fail in this game. You always had sex at the end. It was the self-confidence game for all the losers. It was horrible. It was no. What poor choice you made, the chick was into it.
It was just a big black dot on the screen, and it said "click here," and you click there, and it's like, "Congratulations, sex."
Exactly.
It's just as easy in real life. So
God, it was so bad. It was like, from what I remember, it was basically you getting this chick drunk in a bar, bringing her back home, and then saying that you're a photographer. And then be like, "Oh, I don't have my equipment with me. Let me go get my camera." And you get a fucking disposable camera, like one of those wind up click.
like you're a professional photographer. Here's my
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember this part of the game. I don't know why. They probably stuck with me. I'm like, why the fuck does it? Yeah, I'm 13-year-old. I'm like, I just want to see tits. But this professional photographer has this little like wind and click camera.
Yeah.
And it was awful. It was terrible. It was such a, oh God.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
Man.
I think there's men that still use that line. They still do stuff like that, actually.
Please, you want to be a part of the films?
I'm a professional photographer. Let me get my Polaroid. Let me pull it out. It's good. It's a porno.
The lighting here is terrible. Let me adjust the lamp.
Yeah. Let me move the light. Let me move the light shade over a little bit. Don't mind the cigarette butts. It's okay. I'm a professional photographer. Once you come back to my hotel room, I'll bring out my Polaroid and adjust the lamp. I want to be that. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be that.
You almost said you wanted to be that.
I want to be that guy for Halloween. I should get an outfit, and I could be the professional photographer. I'll just go to clubs and take pictures of women. Be like, I'm a professional photographer. Once you come back to my motel room, I'll adjust the lamp so get the light just right. Why don't you show me a little skin, toots?
Look kind of hot. Take it off a little bit. Show some skin. It reflects the light,
It's
makes
okay.
the ambience.
It's okay, you're gonna be in the magazines.
You got this like the little click cameras with the little Polaroids that come out. You're like, 1 second. You gotta let me shake it. It goes faster.
I'm developing it right now. I'm a professional. Oh man, that point and click adventure game is pretty funny. You don't remember the title of that by any chance, do you?
No, I don't. I was probably. Oh God, that was fucking like almost 20 years ago.
Wow, you're getting old.
I'm getting old. It was only 18 years ago.
Because I guess if you're gonna make a point and click adventure game that is supposed to just be a computer game porno type of thing, you really can't make it to where you can fail. Like, because that would suck.
Yeah, it's like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go bang this chick, click, 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 and then it's just like, wait,
Like,
fuck,
I don't have the wrench I needed from the first screen.
son of a bitch, I didn't pick up the wrench. I needed to combine it with this nut because I'm a plumber. She's not gonna believe I'm a plumber with this fucking wrench. I didn't pick it up in the beginning.
She'll never believe I'm a plumber if I didn't bring my wrench with me.
How the fuck am I supposed to bust a nut?
She'll never believe I'm not a plumber if I don't have my wrench with me. That's my new favorite line from a fake video game.
That's the way those games were, though. Like, really.
People don't realize it, but there was an actual, like, there was a big market for, like, porno PC games that doesn't exist anymore. Not since gaming.
Around.
Yeah, but I mean, not since gaming has been mainstreamed. I mean, if you go online, you can find like Flash games and stuff like that, and I think you can find the occasional like crazy Japanese game that has that sort of
with
stuff.
birds,
or like the crazy ones like Rape Play or something like that.
Oh God, yeah, oh God, I remember when that made news.
Yeah, but I mean, these were like games you could like get in the store, like, you know, any.
Could you go to like software etc. and pick this up?
Yes, yeah, like
Really?
like CompUSA.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to
I don't remember
CompUSA.
those titles.
You can go to CompUSA and you get yourself a porno computer game.
Oh man.
When I say porno computer game, it was like you were seeing maybe topless or like a little bit worse than Leisure Suit Larry, but like not like hardcore stuff. But
no pecking vaginas.
yes, no vagina pecking, but it was, it's a market dead. Let's spend a moment grieving for the porno PC game industry, which is now no longer with us. Damn you, mainstream! How do you know what happened? What have you done?
So at least we were able to, go into a whole porno branch and then have it be somewhat video game related. This is actually a first.
This is good.
This is amazing. I don't know how we managed that.
Drink to that.
We can drink to that. What are you drinking, Chris?
Oh, it's just some tea. I've got work in the morning, so I can't drink, unfortunately.
Bob, what are you doing tomorrow?
Working.
Yeah, how do you like that, Chris?
Bob, when do you have to be up tomorrow?
Nah. 8.
He works in
Yeah.
He works in software development. They kind of just waltz in whatever.
Yeah, I can't do that, unfortunately.
Of course, then he probably stays till 11 at night. So. That's good.
Yeah, that's fucking. That's the truth of it.
Yeah, basically. Cool.
I'm salary. I don't get my hourly overtime wage or anything like that.
I'm sure they just sort of
Bullshit.
they keep you there if they need you.
Yeah, but you get vacation time, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't get that shit, so I've got to work as much as I can.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Poor Chris. Well, on that note, should end on a happy note. Should we end on a happy note?
Yeah, let's get something happy in here.
What did you do this weekend, Chris? You missed the beginning. You missed the beginning festivities of the "How are you? What have you been up to?"
Well, other than trying to get a little writing done, getting stuck until about 7 o'clock in the morning on Civ V yesterday.
You'll do it.
I really haven't been playing all that much this weekend. Most I did today was actually wake up at noon and go see Prometheus.
Oh, what did you think of it?
It wasn't bad.
I didn't see it yet.
It's a decent movie, but don't expect it to be the next Alien.
It's been very divisive from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems like what I've heard it's setting up a reboot. Is that what it's doing?
I didn't
I
hear
don't know
that.
about that.
Okay.
I would say that it teases Alien a lot. I mean, a hell of a lot. But at the same time, it doesn't look like it'll even go in that direction. I mean, this looks like it wants to build its own series. Yeah.
Yeah. Though the thing is that if it's another trilogy, then it's an origin trilogy. So I guess Alien is no longer going to be like, obviously we know the ending. Humanity never figures out what the aliens are. Because if it's gonna be another trilogy in the beginning, then it's fuck it. It's just because you get to the point where Alien, if they want to keep that canon, then anything that happens before then has to be just for one, it doesn't get out. That's kind of obvious, is people don't know about aliens if Alien 1 is going to be canon. So that kind of spoils the entire thing. But they could blow it off entirely, say, you know what, it doesn't fucking matter, it's not canon.
Right. I mean, do we even need to know where? Do we even really need to know exactly where they came from? I mean, they're just aliens. I was always just satisfied with that.
I'd like to know.
The thing I hated most about zombie movies and all those type of movies was explaining it. Mm-hmm. There's so much more fear and just in the unknown and not knowing what happened, which is why like some of the scariest zombie movies that I've seen just don't fucking explain it. It's just zombies. Yeah. And they don't try to go into, oh, it's this virus that makes them insane and reanimates them, and it's like, no, just zombies.
That's one of the cool things about like Day of the Dead is that they're looking for it, but they still don't know. And there's that hook of they're looking and they're really trying hard to figure out what's going on, but they still can't find out, and then shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
So, well, cool. Well, it's about 10:16. You guys ready to wrap this baby up? Send it down down the river.
Put it in cellophane.
Chris, was there anything else you wanted to go over while you were with us?
Nothing I can really think of. I mean, I just jumped in here, so...
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming.
Other than, we actually need to arrange our DayZ play date.
We do. I wanna play some DayZ. I got this poster I'm putting together. I got a full-on... I actually got a cork board, and I cut it to size, so I'm going to actually mount my map onto the cork board, pin it in. I got color-coordinated pins I'm going to put on the different resources.
Nice.
I'm going to mount this shit right in front of my computer, up top on the wall.
I'm
going to be fucking ready.
I need to get a computer upgrade because right now playing DayZ is it's kind of obnoxious with how low I have to turn everything and how choppy it can get.
Yeah,
What are your specs?
Shitty.
Shitty.
That's what happens when I do like the little Windows thing to show you. It's just shitty. Just a big pile of poop comes up.
Just a turd.
Yeah. I have 6 gigabytes of RAM. That's probably the fastest thing on my computer. So.
Yeah. How many years old is it?
It's about 4 or 5 years old.
Okay, it's about prime time for an upgrade.
Yeah.
You probably missed a lot because about 4 or 5 years. You're probably right before they had the next generation of CPUs.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the i7s at all.
Yeah, no, the i7s, i5s, all that was about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So you missed that that upgrade entirely. So it's time.
Yeah, I should send you guys my spec sheet, and you guys can give me some recommendations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll do the same thing I did for Nyx. So
Yeah. So.
Yeah. If you want, I can throw it together when I'm up there for PAX Prime.
Oh yeah, that's right. So you are coming up for PAX Prime.
Oh, yeah, I should be.
Excellent. Excellent.
I'm hoping to as well.
Good. Good. It's going to be a party.
It'll be just a bunch of Gummy Bear Bukkake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. So anyway, thanks guys for coming out tonight. Thanks everyone watching back at their prospective homes, watching us tonight. It's been Cocktail Time episode 7, I think, here at 4Player Podcast. Make sure you check out our main website, 4playerpodcast.com. And we will definitely see you guys next week, probably with more games since we're just kind of out of our E3 wave, and we'll be able to hit it a little harder this week with all our
Steel Battalion comes out next week. Don't
Oh
forget.
man!
Oh yeah.
Oh, Bob, you're gonna be playing that on the feed, right? And reviewing it, right? Right?
I'm
In front of all these people,
It should be
right?
coming. I have it. It's in my queue. It might arrive by Wednesday. Depends on what gameplay is doing. But Chris has it. I know you're getting it.
Well, I'll probably get it on launch day. I'll probably do it like on new release Tuesday. But it's a question of configuring my bedroom to where I can actually do it.
Yeah.
He's got to get rid of his bed.
I've got to get rid of my bed. Probably move my computer. Pretty much change around the entire fucking room.
I actually heard it wasn't too bad. Carlos, the demo is out right now, so you could always play the demo right now, Bob.
Yeah.
Not this instant. I'm just saying you can download the demo and try it out.
Hey, I saw it on there. I think I actually downloaded the demo. I just haven't touched it yet.
So,
I'll have to get my set up. Does it have co-op in there?
No.
No?
Yeah, it does.
Why do I think it does have co-op?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what does one person act as the loader and the other person acts as the gunner?
No, it's all these people in different mechs.
Oh, so
four-player co-op online.
It's got 4-player. That's weird.
Is it campaign co-op? That'd be
yeah, I think so.
Really? Huh.
That's so weird. I can't imagine like 4 different people in their house jumping around with their Kinect at the same time, all making things work.
You know, maybe I'll stream it and I'll get a Chris. If you're around and you have the co-op, you're ready for that. We can do a dual cast.
Oh, that would be cool.
It might just be terrifying, but I'm willing to try.
I'd like to see that. So everyone, make sure you look for that the next week or two here at 4Player Podcast. Stick around because Brad's going to be coming on, playing some stuff. I know he's been playing some Hitman contracts, I think. So
Imagine that. Hitman being played by Brad.
I know. He loves his Hitman. So stick around. I'm sure Brad will be taking over any minute. And we'll see you guys next week. Later.
Peace.
Ludicrous speed! Go!